Oh, so we made it to the Airbnb outside Phoenix. I didn't plan any of this, just kind of tagging along at this point. But I was looking in the backyard thinking, hey, maybe I can put up my hammock somewhere, sleep out here in the night time. It'll be really nice. Wake up in the morning outside, fresh air, you know, all that stuff. So I was looking at the trees they have in their backyard, and I just happened to notice they got an orange tree. I think it's a... They got a couple different kinds of oranges. This guy's no joke. You can see the thorns. Ow! You can see the thorns on it, hopefully. Big old thorns. Ow! Now, I don't know a ton about citrus, but I imagine there's another one. And this is a different kind too. So there's 3 different kinds they have. 4. So we're gonna try some free fruit. If you know anything about me, you know this sort of thing makes me really, really happy. I found the first orange and I ran inside, and I mean ran. And Thomas, my buddy, saw me in the window and he's like, "What the hell is this dude running so fast for?" Fruit, man, duh. So guys, we are headed to the Superstition Mountains outside Phoenix. There's some cool petroglyphs I want to check out while we're here. Again, didn't plan this at all, so hopefully we have a good time. Supposedly there could be a waterfall or even like seasonal pools of water at the end of the trail, which would be really cool. We are here kind of in the early to mid-spring, so there's a chance of that, I hope. And yeah, you guys are gonna get to see it. Super excited to share it with you, and stick around. Kentucky, Indiana, Illinois, Missouri, Kansas, Colorado, Utah, Nevada, Arizona.
Not in order though.
No, yeah, well, we bounced back and forth from Utah, Arizona, Utah, Arizona, Utah, Arizona a few too many times, but people have been coming into these mountains for 9,000 years at least, adventuring, admiring the beauty, the views. Eventually Spanish explorers came looking for gold, for silver. Farmers tried to tame the land. Prospectors came looking for gold again. Everywhere you go, if you look hard enough, there's history. And that's what I'm hoping to see, is some petroglyphs, some of that remnants of the history thousands of years in the past. Some desperate attempt for humans to leave some trace of their existence for posterity. And I mean, what a great place to be remembered in. Look at how many spikes this man has.
Holy fuck.
He does not want to be touched. This man is all spikes. Just nothing but spikes. Trail continues, hunting for petroglyphs. They must be further up in this little canyon. We're gonna find them. You know how some things in life kind of exist for their own reason? Like they're good in and of themselves, and they don't really need an explanation, like love, falling in love. Who needs to explain that, right? Why do that? What's the good of it? Well, I think adventure is one of those things, and it's good for you. There's no reason to question why you should seek out adventure, exploration, journey. And I wonder what motivated the people who created these petroglyphs that we're hopefully going to find. Was it the same sort of desire for adventure? I don't know. But I was just thinking how many thousands of years ago someone must have scrambled up these cliffs and carved a message in the stone, and what their motivation might have been, and what my motivation is for visiting them today. Life is beautiful sometimes like that, in its mysterious nature. Well, that's why I want to encourage you guys, whoever's watching, to seek out some adventure. It's good for you. It gives you perspective. One of my favorite philosophers, Michel de Montaigne, has a beautiful quote. Maybe I'll put it in the description below or scroll it here. All about how traveling the world, seeing the history of other places, the sights, the sounds, the pageantry, makes us put into perspective our own a little bit better. Makes it, by knowing others, other places, other people, other cultures, languages, whatever, you get a better perspective on yourself, your own culture, your own language, your own people, your own place. And really, when you think about it, that's the only way you ever really know who you are. And maybe that's why we seek out adventure, seek out places that make us feel small or insignificant. Just gives us a perspective that we really forget in the modern world when we're so focused on ourselves. And I don't know. Something to think about, guys. We're gonna keep looking for the petroglyphs. Now, I don't think you all can make it out, but there are petroglyphs over there, and we're going to try to get as close as possible to see them, try to interpret them maybe a little bit. Not that I am in any way qualified to do so, but the trail gets Trail gets a little rough here. So you can imagine the water seasonally flowing into these pools, rippling over the rocks, down and out. And here on the right, recorded petroglyphs, images, probably of significant animals. It's quite astonishing to use your imagination and imagine the scene when these were being carved and recorded. Very interesting. I'm gonna show you some more.
Look, I'm a professional rock climber now because I did Angel's Landing. So.
Well, bad news.
Now, how do we know people didn't do that? Like Luti? That clearly says Luti. Oh, you missed a really cool one over here.
A lot of these are really mysterious to me, and that just kind of deepens the mystery and makes me appreciate this. And I think more Americans need to appreciate the history that we have here, because we tend to focus just on European history, and well, there's a lot more. There's a lot more we should be appreciative of, interested in, and curious about. Such a beautiful spot, and as a source for fresh water, perhaps that explains why it was chosen to be kind of like a gathering spot, record things, impressions. I really appreciated the sketches of people, stick figures even, but it bears some meaning through the ages, I think. Again, it's clear that this has some sort of symbolism or something I quite don't understand. Incredibly fascinating. So this is very interesting. These holes here, they look to me as if it was a mortise and pestle meant to ground up maybe mesquite or some other type of crop, even corn perhaps, into flour and make it an edible product, or something to trade. Definitely evidence of human activity, and probably very old. Just imagine that scene of the maybe women pounding mesquite seeds. It's a local type tree that grows in this area, or maybe even corn, pounding it into flour. The men scale the cliffs and record their graffiti while the kids gather the water in some ancient, deep past. It's quite astonishing, really. At least I think it is. It's just interesting to think like someone walked these exact path, but like I said, barefoot or in a moccasin some thousands of years ago. I wonder if they could have ever imagined this future. Probably not.